by a triple threat matchup tonight. Three of the biggest stars time in many years. The history made a statement Monday and also claims Paul Heyman was his best friend for this massive triple threat match. Looking to win her 15th world title. Heads into what may well WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton. It's jam-packed tonight with over 60,000. The World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther, looking to stop another career. Main event, Jey Uso at WrestleMania Saturday. WrestleMania.
Ladies and gentlemen, 5 WWE Hall of Fame!
It is Vegas. All of you are being seen by Mania!
Vegas, Nevada, over 60,000 W. This is WrestleMania.
Needle in Sin City.
Vegas Raiders of the NFL are here.
Thank you. And this place is upside down. It's life when a documentary is made about the right-hand man, or a night he gets his heart broke by the.
Wade, you might have to call the whole show.
Quite in an entire stadium, yeeting to the max. He's up. Yeet, 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 yeet.
It's yeeting in the front row, Pat.
I like that. Root, how do you do, Ricky Root?
Get Jay eating right next to our lucky Slim Jim sweepstakes winner. Jim. Come on!
We're a little subdued.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, partner.
I'm so pumped up for this. I know it might not have seen so much light to be a part of this process.
Hey, even the Spanish announcers, Marcelo Rodriguez and Genia
para hacer historia nuevamente. Así es gracias a
usted. From the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, they welcome us into their country.
Oh, Turkey, thank you for coming. We're leading out.
Mania 40.
Knowing what is about to walk down this aisle. He's not alone at all.
He has only been pinned by two men. Crown jewel in Saudi Arabia in November. The other was a year to go on to upset Gunther and end the 666-day run.
Took him less seriously than he should. A record at 51 and lost himself a little bit with Jey Uso barking back.
Lady feet stick. Snap in to a Slim Jim. You tonight, our ring announcer, the great.
One ball is for the one. Introduce California, weighing in Uso. And his opponent from 50 pounds, he is the Gunther.
The challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship.
The word go for the past 3 months. Gunther has been at his brutal version of main event Jey.
You win the Royal Rumble, you have an opportunity to be a world.
Weeks, the fact that after bloodying and bludgeoning, Jey Uso's been intense. Jey Uso has been focused.
Act by Jey Uso, and that morphing act has completely.
Uso thought he knew about Jey Uso, has gone out the window. Feels like a new
3 in one-on-one matches with Gunther back in 2024. Your way. Are you surprised, Wade, that Jey Uso went for the collar and elbow tie-up?
Changed over the past 2 weeks. Physically, he's still the same guy.
Now back on his heels, and he's going to roll out of the way. The ring now.
Feels a weakness on himself. He fixes it and comes back stronger.
here. And I think what Gunther just realized was, wait a minute, Jey Uso can throw.
He's redefined brutality here in WWE for Jey.
Well, Gunther leaves no stone unturned in his preparation physically.
Side headlock, and Pat, if you're Gunther, you want to try to ground and pound.
It gives Jey a little bit of peace here.
Well, here's the shocking moment, that huge.
The dominant champion who's held the title 80% of his career and as the Intercontinental Champion. 258 days now as the World Champ since allow the crowd to get into this match.
Yeah, you watch him just take a...
Former NFL player, explain to us the importance of the momentum of the...
Oh! Confidence is high.
Not enough. And Gunther into the cover now.
When it comes to Gunther, a lot of people, yes, it will affect Gunther.
We'll talk about noise. The chops to Jey's chest tonight. He's devastated. Uso.
And Gunther was not expecting. Oh, that chop will stop.
In flurries, it's been 100 miles an hour from Jey Uso. It has
This chop.
It's his finisher.
Boom.
If he hits it.
Jey must pin or submit Gunther to win the title.
And this is the. Now this is all back to the drawing board.
Gunther's starting to settle in.
Yeah, this is right where Gunther likes to be. Down.
And if you were Jey Uso, Wade, this is what you had to try to avoid.
What's changed in the meantime is a couple of fired up speeches from
Affected Gunther emotionally at all.
until the bell rings, and then
Point where I believe many people thought this match would be that
really Jey Uso took too long to follow it up.
you got to wonder if it's a bit here.
In the case, Jey Uso is back in charge.
Do you want it, Gunther?
Oh,
wait a second.
Went for the power bomb, and Jey turned
As I have ever seen it. I go.
up rope now for Gunther. Into that suplex, driving Jey Uso to put Uso away with a power bomb, and this is what we are afraid of.
And that.
Well, Gunther is transforming the game before piece in the puzzle, the high stat powerbomb.
We kick off WrestleMania Saturday with the World Heavyweight title on the line.
Electrifying.
Gunther going for that second bite of the cherry. Jey.
You're not going to lose that for me. Nobody will.
And the sleeper. The choke is locked in.
This looks very similar.
In the center of the ring. WWE.
And that's just make Jey Uso go night.
Figure out what he needs to do to put Jey away. A couple of
Your brain is scrambled. Jey Uso at this point completely defensive.
official Sean Bennett again checking on Jey Uso, and Jey says, just bring it.
Jey Uso said, you know the family I grew up in? You think you're going to be able to out?
He is not thinking like the normal Jey Uso on the
Jey fighting back in the middle of the ring. What's going to give here? And that'll knock the champ down. The choke now on Uso, able to duck from underneath. Nice German suplex.
Gunther will take advantage.
Jey going deep into the
clothesline. That German suplex.
By Jey Uso. And Jey now there again, that's that big dinosaur drop kick. You've seen Jey Uso up, powerbomb assistant, Jey able to counter. Jey counters.
Repertoire of the champ.
Studying film.
So showing signs of life. Opportunity tonight. Spear! Speaking of Roman Reigns, a spear. Uso splash! Another one here. A second Uso.
Well, Gunther looks like a beaten man already.
Jey Uso gone. Does Jey Uso have a chance for the upset of the year? And now Jey with a choke, with a sleeper on Gunther. Jey Uso wins the damn title.
Heavyweight champion.
You guys want to talk about poetic justice? Jey Uso wins his first title. Tap out.
Following it up with this massive splash.
Down.
Throwing everything he had at the man. But with multiples of his own offense, then pulling out Jey This was the poetic moment that Michael Cole mentioned, blood, and this is how he chose to defeat the man that punched you.
A couple of decades ago, in a small promotion, be massive stars. Las Vegas, Nevada, to the World Heavyweight Champ. And look who is in the ring. Brother, there is a reason it's day one. Had their problems. They've battled each other. They've been with the most coveted prize, the World Heavyweight.
Of the Jey Uso era.
Back in Indianapolis, Indiana. The night that Jey there, and he ran up to us, and he gave us a massive hug, and there because he can call his son the World Heavyweight.
You talk about a human in the WWE universe. It can come true. You're talking about an iconic storyline that industry. Jey Uso's world champ, Cole.
The time, Pat.
Yeet.
On April 24th, man, the celeb,
9-time Grammy Award-winning music producer and genius, Chris Angel, host of Mind Freak, currently live hour. And ladies and gentlemen, join to celebrate his 8th WrestleMania.
Provided by Goodyear, the best seat in the house since 1925. Happy? Well, the sun sets on the era of positivity and awakens a frightening. Now, here's an exclusive look at New Day's pursuit of the titles, the War Raiders. That's one way to put it.
The following championship, 18 pounds, Xavier Woods.
The New Day tonight looking for a record at WrestleMania. Kofi Kingston is just 2-13. Covered at WrestleMania patch. That will be inserted into Topps Trading main roster debut patch, which will similarly be featured in a future setup.
Talking about what superstars are wearing tonight. How about these Arlies?
How did that work out?
Can you smell chloroform right now? Keep that up. One of the heads has withered and died. I'm sure with the perspective of the New Day. Big E was an albatross around their neck. Where's security? This is not acceptable at this level.
Got a match.
George Kittle acting like a fan, screaming at the New Day.
Is War
597 pounds, in Ivar, the War
is War.
And they are defending the tag titles from Raw. Eric is the Barbarian King, Ivar as...
It is the New Day. Up, up, down, down. And even the video gets...
You go up, up, down, down against the Barbarian King. First hero unlocked like troop with high damage and good armor. So you put those two together out here, it would have been a whole new game. Hog Rider. King is the character. Hog Rider is a fast-moving, heavily armored...
Classic Clan, joining the millions playing with superstars like the Raiders, defending the titles against the New Day here tonight.
Pecos.
Double team, Eric of the War Raiders.
Big time right from exist.
Xavier Woods. War Raiders won the... Here's the double team, just dumping Ivar.
The reason why they are completely reckless with their own bodies.
Cross body.
Well, New Day love pancakes, now they are.
Eric of the War Raiders.
Well, they're in complete control.
Covered by Eric for the win. Kick out somehow.
But actually twice, and somehow kicked out at 2. Yes, you can be inspired by the greats even when everybody hates you.
Oh, and look at this.
Into
the barricade. Remember the bad neck of Eric.
The MO of this new Day. Kofi's parents are actually pulling for the War.
Become a nostalgia act.
And now right to the back, which almost cost him his wrestling career a number of years ago. Cover now.
Here to jettison Big E, win the titles, and all is forgiven in several years.
And you know what's interesting, guys? They know each other so well. These two teams.
A New Day's potential.
Oh, and look at that.
Hall of Famers, but with the way they're operating, they might burn enough bridges that nobody wants them in conversations forever.
I think you're already there. I mean, they held 11 plus the end. The neck of Eric. Great strategy by the New Day. Hooks the arm and the leg. That was a great.
Taken a ton of abuse thus far, and Ivar on the outside.
Xavier. And
mocking it
for Eric.
Well, this is why New Day are such specialists. They're
going to steal one out of the book of the great Hardy Boys, but Eric catches.
Only a matter of time before the War Raiders were able to gain their breath.
And Ivar's an error.
Ivar, the 300-plus pounder with a big back body. But he did win the world title here. Kofi Mania. Oh, sit down, Kofi. Goes splat.
Cartwheel. Ever possess.
Now he's calling for war in Vegas.
Kofi up. Kofi able to get out of it with a.
Always has a great fade and a great eye on the call.
And big Mets fan. Hey!
Well, Ivar really has to do this on his own. With
he thinking?
It's got to be a scary sight, Pat. Can you imagine? 300 plus.
Something bad's coming.
And the honor roll by Woods.
The thing about the New Day, they might be down, but they're never out. Always on top.
Oh, pick right out of midair.
I'll meet you halfway, Eric says.
Completely cleaning the clock of Eric.
Face. Kofi Kingston now. Going up to the top rope, going to fly.
That high. Right on time, Kofi's face.
Utter devastation ahead.
A doomsday song.
Perfect timing from Xavier Woods.
Cover. Almost.
Check out Ivar here on the top rope. Barely gets over. I think he gave Xavier Woods just enough time to bust that thing wide open.
WrestleMania Saturday. This is for the World Tag Titles. The
last guy you want to be slugging it out with is Big Eric.
Xavier Woods, former king of the ring. And listen to that kick. I don't know.
He wants more. The War want more.
They put him through so much. Eric just lost his mind there temporarily. Taken over by
Ivar to lose his balance. He landed on the back of his neck. Xavier Woods is now the legal man. Frequent tags by New Day.
Kofi with a super cheap.
Cover by Woods. Hook of the leg.
Here are your winners. And New Day.
You know, Wade, to be honest, that was Highway Robert
with the pin. But what a win for the new
by Eric. As the War Raiders went, Big Eric lost the plot completely. Woods close. He was Kingston on the outside. One daylight later, New Day.
I don't know about any of that, but you obviously saw Kofi in the tag team world.
Wait to become the brand new World Tag Champs.
Contest is scheduled for one fall.
Oh wait, if Jade Cargill has her
way that Jade Cargill has had her own way, in law treated as the third wheel as part of the Big Two. Thanks.
You know, the times of the past.
Committed all of them, right?
Nancy Kerrigan, absolutely within their own team, so that they will have a chance to succeed. Good teammates.
Some would want to. Ladies and gentlemen,
oh yeah.
Firewalk is a super spicy instant ramen meal that is packed with intense. Again, this match brought to you by Nissan Hot and
41.
Yeah, he's graduated from. There's a major storm over. Why do you always have to ruin everything?
I like the metaphor. It just
Wade Barrett. That's the storm that Jade brings.
Attacked by Naomi. Cost her the tag titles. Good. Poor me. Poor me. What she wanted was to get the tag team.
Opponent from Zero Beach, Florida.
They're waiting to eat me up now.
listen, when the milk turns sour and drinks it, and I applaud the fact that Naomi saw this issue.
You have a lot of knowledge about that.
No. I made sure I never had friends.
Singles debut at WrestleMania for that woman, the impress made.
Yeah, well, physically, Jade Cargill has absolutely no weaknesses out of the blocks. Jade Cargill has seemingly lost the plot.
You know, and Naomi in a big victory over damage control.
And it tried to kill her.
This is the 10th. Through a window, Pat, but nonetheless.
Oh, that's on me. I apologize.
Get your point.
Well, you're talking
You get
about
the point.
all of the experience of Naomi here, a C-level player.
In whose eyes?
surrounding
Maybe in
Jade
your
Cargill.
eyes.
Yeah.
And this really has been a storm from the off, and things.
Jade Cargill.
Well, it's the physicality of the woman. She is like an. How many hours you spend in the gym? You cannot protect the eyeballs.
She's an angel. I want her
In here, done that a lot.
dragging Jade outside the ring.
That she has been completely underestimated by many, including the top-level superstar who's about to smash some.
She was waiting for her moment, not getting out of control early.
As she did wait out the storm. Great work out of Wade and Jim Cantor.
Naomi outside the ring.
Everything's so smooth and easy right now.
Women do feel like they are in the right. Neither woman, though, is here.
Cargill at WrestleMania and a kick out. A win for Naomi.
Player surrounded by others. You are, in fact, the top woman around here.
She has all the incentive in the world to get the win. All the revenge.
Dominating.
Well, have you ever seen a more confident version of to take the glow and take the spotlight? Naomi has grown.
Is able to kick it to near fall.
Complete control here, matriculating through the match.
Interesting submission here being applied from Naomi to Jade Cargill.
Jade Cargill, who simply doesn't have the same in-ring experience, has often been alongside the likes of Bianca Belair.
A tilt-a-whirl backbreaker in the power of Cargill.
Long time.
And now Cargill starting to build momentum, is over 60, a God-given gift.
Also a lot of hard work.
Higher than humanity.
Naomi, though, able to get the foot up and stop. Jade kicks her right out of midair. You gotta be kidding me!
You can catch a human being flying at you from that.
Naomi up on her shoulders, able to slip behind.
This physic from Jade Cargill.
Jade is fired up.
Again from Naomi, hooking that bottom rope. Jade.
The official Ryan Tran able to pull them and separate them off the ropes. All the way slam by Jade Cargill.
Well, you saw Jade in full flight.
We're in a wrestling match, and Jade Cargill's
walking over her. Cargill now heading to the second rope.
Naomi needed.
kicked some dirt, wasted some time.
Several attempts at reversals.
Oh, cover now by Naomi. Jade powers out at 2.
You that should have been victory, and that must be panic stations. That doesn't do it. What the hell else have you got in the tank, Naomi?
Jade begging for more, and she got one. Kicked right to the jaw.
Oh, what an error. Works in the movies, Jade.
Couple of kicks. Victory. Jade able to kick out.
That was close. That was really
Saturn. Connecting center of the ring. Jade Cargill.
Up. Cargill with Naomi on her shoulders. Powering. This is wildly. Oh, Jade's got her up.
On the top floor.
Wow! Can you believe it? By Jade Cargill. What a WrestleMania
Winner, Jade.
Well, forget your favorites personality-wise. Both women too much this evening.
Naomi had full control for a large outer-worldly.
Was completely defying his ultimate answer to whatever offense you throw. Hold on, but look at this.
Top floor to the lobby quick.
Pascal, jaded. Both women, hats off.
Here tonight for Jade Cargill with a star-making step into Southtown for full-throttle battles and a saga rev it up. No Fury, City of the Wolves, unleash full-throttle combos and devastate your copy now. What a night it has been at absolutely exceptional. I want to invite everyone right after WWE's social media channels, and tomorrow morning, WrestleMania is going to be great. A lot of celebrities tonight, Pat.
Celebrity super talent. Thank you for hanging in. How about a multi-play? Michael Cole is a massive Lil Yachty fan.
And by Xfinity, stay connected to more of the WWE action brought to you by Wheatley American Vodka. Wheatley is the undisputed, the megastar. LA Knight defends the United States Championship against the Samoa. That brought us here.
The following championship, introducing first in 91 pounds, the Sabu.
The question is, can Jake win the World Heavyweight Championship? Fatu seeking his first.
Fatu does not view Jey Uso as a family man. A new era of Samoan dominance built.
Successful in this business. But whenever I say this guy might be the next
Wheatley American Vodka. Wheatley is the undisputed champ with Smooth, their own American dream. Grab an American Mule today.
We'll get there soon, don't you worry.
little vodka fight for a U.S. title. This dude's a dog.
Those eyes on the pitiless soul that resides.
McAfee with the chauffeur driver.
Never in a million years. They said that was too live and too loud.
Megastar entrance in the Maserati, which may well impart took a hell of a lot of punishment, or perhaps he needed a little less sick.
And his opponent from Lawrence, the United States Champ!
Senior Master Sergeant Michael Denite from the USO and Creech members of the U.S. military for your aid of the contrasting styles of the two men. Exactly.
Well, my loins, they are a-tingling. That was the hit of his own.
It's actually the times they are changing.
That's not how I heard it.
WWE Hall of Famers have held the gold over the years. Of course, the very first Kane, Jacob Fatu, looks to win his first ever single.
Everything that you would want in a champion here at the WWE.
Oh, look at that. Nice neck breaker by Knight. And now Knight looking into the eyes of a werewolf. It's this crazy guy.
Throw everything you can at the guy. Look how badly he had to grab them there.
That's because of the beatdown last night.
This defense is absolute insanity. I love the
Who is just a crazy individual. This guy has done stint home for a number of months just to get an opportunity to beat now.
Yeah, you live that kind of lifestyle, it's going to give you an insane.
LA Knight moves out of harm's way.
Mentally, he's ready. Physically, he's ready.
And that frenzy of energy.
Maserati to now is a lot less boom.
This is Jacob. He beat Braun Strowman in a last man standing match to earn.
It's a match that Braun Strowman has made his own over the past 10 years before.
I mean, he's an uber athlete. He's got a killer instinct. Doesn't give a damn if he got Fatu. LA Knight now with a basement drop kick. Drives Fatu outside.
It was an ugly landing for LA Knight, who may well have jumped.
Work and discipline this man has to the craft of being our champion.
United States Championship. Hooks the leg now and a kick out.
Equal measures. A natural born fear
factor.
I mean, he defeats opponents before they even.
Two.
Literally anything can happen with Jacob Fatu. He's athletic enough to be able.
Of LA Knight is gone, and now it's just a scramble for survival.
Well, maybe not. Oh, LA Knight, nice arm drag.
He can't follow it up, but he's getting a little bit of a breather.
Yeah, but Wade, you're a 5.
It matters most. The problem is, can you dig as deep as
now to the midsection, and Knight starting the attack on Fatu.
That's our USG.
And from looking sluggish to looking like a perpetual.
Now on the other side, and LA Knight starting to play.
LA Knight knew he was in for a fight, and he was ready for it.
Tension in Vegas, and a kick out at 2.
Well, how clever was back, like most opponents? Gets up to his feet again on the offense.
LA Knight just threw his
Generate in record time.
It's one of those lessons we.
Great defense, but how do you follow it up when you've had the.
Trying to hook Fatu, who's hung up on the top rope. Big elbow drops Knight. Wow, Fatu face first. Knight for the win. What a move by LA with the call.
Incredible athleticism, balance equal to it.
With LA Knight at this stage of the match, being able to.
FT, the blunt force trauma. Fatu follows it up with a super kick. Drops Knight again. Now heads out to the apron. Fatu heading up to the top rope. Jacob cover by Fatu. Kick out by Knight at 2. What a matchup.
With a beautiful maneuver, that swanton from the top spotlights. And it gets no brighter than Wrestle.
Championship match in WWE for Fatu.
Absolutely. Jacob Fatu just split crowd.
Captivated by Jacob Fatu.
With a BFT! LA Knight with a BFT! Only a Knight! Pick Fatu out of midair!
From unbelievable to unfortunate, the flying opponent just landed so badly.
Well, Knight still fighting back.
Fatu is hurting in a big way here.
And El Fatu right to the small of the back, the ribs again. Oh, and there's a Samoan drop from the top. Not done yet. Jacob's going to go up top again with another champion.
Here is your winner, the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob.
Of his career in WWE.
Have to appreciate your first ever
Match, Wade.
Well, both men showing A-plus athleticism back time and time again, and that is just everything he got. But when you absorb this kind of punishment, hold it in the right spot to grab the roaster.
everything Fatu done tonight, and that was all he needed to become R.
Gentlemen, what an incredible night for the Ottawa champion. SmackDown.
Honored.
Try again, brother. El Grande Americano has been great since he...
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, weighing in at 202 pounds.
He actually now hails from the Gulf of Mexico. And Pat, you explained that on scene. Nonetheless, you guys do realize
Could be the fact that you are wrong, and this is El Grande.
You do is supply one single solitary shred of
On their back. I thought about doing it just last week.
how about that Chad
Just a few weeks ago, Wade, I don't know if you saw it.
Michael Cole is a liar.
and people have footage of Sasquatch.
Oh, I wasted 8 hours out in the woods that night. We didn't hear a thing. You know how they look at Americano. Chad Gable, not here tonight.
Mike, right? That is death to the career of a luchador.
Now.
Hi, Chad. Hey,
What a moment for us right now.
Mexico, weighing in at 100.
see Rey Mysterio because of the injury on Friday Night SmackDown.
Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal now. Late Phoenix from the match, so there's real beef between these two.
Has something to do with this guest here tonight. The King has acquired the Lucha Libre organization, knowing
Gentlemen, a man who's a part of the TKO group, the WWE. Big business taking in WrestleMania 41.
Hold on. That's not wise by El Grande Americano, who runs into a...
We don't know if El Grande Americano and Vikingo have an old rivalry. That's El Grande Americano. That's not Chad Gable.
And this referee is just a
match didn't even start, Wade. I have no idea what you're even talking about.
Insanely talented.
Yeah, you've had the opportunity to see him on SmackDown.
Penta, his brother, over on Raw, who has been equally incredible. At WrestleMania already.
Yeah, Penta's in action tomorrow night. Fatal four-way for the
Seems to be a theme in the locker room that all of the luchadors are dead set.
A kick out.
Wherever El Grande Americano was before the WWE.
They all want an El Grande Americano one.
Not quite sure who that is.
Standard operating procedure.
I'm also
Phoenix
being told that you've been spreading some
In the process there, that was an ugly landing, connecting to him allegedly.
Apparently it is the Gulf of America. El Grande Americano, look at the power, into the Joe!
You just tell by the way that he operates.
2012 U.S. Olympian.
Different guy, Michael Cole.
To do more research, which we should do for the next PLE, Wade. Who's with it?
Yeah, El Grande has been extreme.
Which every single time we see him, it's
Short
a new
amount
word.
of time. You keep saying short amount of time.
Alleyway in that box when Chad Gable got there.
He's scratching the surface on this guy's offense every time he's out here.
So creative with his body, the amount of attacks that can come.
One-time Lucha Underground champ as well, Rey Phoenix.
So easily kept himself in and then built up momentum with it.
The likes of which before.
Oh! What a Chad!
Lucha repertoire, and you perhaps become unbeatable. It's an impressive physique.
What was that? Back.
I can't even do the math on this. Well, that's what I think.
Whatever it was.
A backwards.
Wow.
A backwards.
Kano. His athleticism.
Mandy. El Grande Americano removes his mask because it's connected.
And a kick out, that black fire drive.
It's a little dirty. You know, he's not scared to dance with the line of should you do that or
Americano.
Tiptoe along the top rope, trying for that goodbye.
That El Grande Americano has been using. The max now of El Grande Americano. Oh, Phoenix now, roll through. Phoenix takes down. Wow! Kick.
Goodbye, amigo.
Oh, wait a minute. Phoenix, man, perhaps that is the great point when he kicked.
He just twisted his ankle on the top rope.
I thought that initially, and now.
Oh, yes. Got all the torque on that small joint.
Of the ring, Ray Phoenix trying to hang on in his WrestleMania debut tonight.
with that foot or ankle.
Phoenix off the top of headbutt
In the face.
Well, count to 300, but why not coming?
and the flying headbutt with a loaded mask.
Here is your winner, El Grande.
Yeah, a lot of things happened there that the ref didn't pick up, and El debut dub, El Grande Americano. Talent.
This is the moment. Ray Phoenix stole, and then the questionable object that was inserted. Metal plate perhaps catching the carcass of Ray Phoenix, and this bit was just so El Grande Americano, major win here at WrestleMania.
By Xfinity, stream all the WWE action you love with
Change with them all there for El Grande Americano, and Wi-Fi is
on his longtime friend Ray Phoenix.
Vikingo, who made a major medical attack.
Welcome back.
Leaders in the world. I am flanked by some of the top. WWE is announcing the acquisition of next of announcement tonight, and it changes the landscape. WrestleMania. They are sitting here at ringside from AAA. They're UCLA general manager and Alberto Pasha, the Philippe chairman. This will take place June 7th, Kia Forum in
a moment.
Famer, Mr. Russell.
I can't believe Sean's still awake. He was the Hall
Delivered in a big way.
Hats off to Oba Fett.
Running that show and dominating last night at the Hall of Fame.
Moments and memories created. But right now, the WWE 467 of you.
News from the Heartbreak Kid. Sellout crowd tonight of 61.
We got 2 words for ya.
Worthy of a celebration for sure. Maybe the greatest stage in the history of Mania, as people are saying.
I agree.
Wednesday.
Personal grievances will both be laid bare that lead up to this high. Analyst in the game.
Wow, I was waiting. I couldn't fix it.
Is the WWE Women's Champion and
He's all built for success, a former Team US, and took that momentum, became Miss Money in the Bank, the absolute superstar of the women's division ever since.
and she's going up against one of the all-time greats defending her championship.
They have it in all walks of life. There are people that in this industry. There's no wonder she's been the champ.
Is brought to you by Be Better, where you can earn rewards for
Be better?
Yeah.
Be better.
How can you be better than in the bar at least?
Booze bags. That is correct. You guys
The pub crawl in London with us.
all about a good celebration, as is Tippy Time. This icon.
a Rolls-Royce entrance on this. Look at those seats.
And an aerial view of the Queens football stadium with all eyes.
World Championship. Charlotte Flair is a two-time Royal Rumble winner, including Charlotte Flair, however, hasn't held the title in 2 years. And
MCL torn meniscus. For most world championships, You would understand if she decided to hang. That is herself and the competitor inside Charlotte Flair.
Stephanie places her guest will be that woman.
Sean Party,
Someone at this table will be a guest.
the woman who has obviously influenced the entire world in a title match.
Always controversial. Just listen to
The Women's Championship! The challenger from the Let's Flair! And she is the WWE Stratton!
Tiffany Stratton had her first match, not just in WWE WrestleMania, against one of the greatest, if not the greatest.
an astounding capacity for learning, developing.
Take Tiffany out of the game.
You question the fact that everything you've thrown at 2 weeks and straight into a street fight here.
Yeah, well done. Bring the brawl outside the ring. And remember, Charlotte has to understand. Delivery to chop to Charlotte, and as she turned to admire it, Charlotte took it
Back here, no time to pace yourself. Hell for leather.
Tiffany into the corner. Charlotte now going to this match.
Well, this is what nobody has really seen from shock and awe, and Stratton could not have been expecting that.
Feels like Charlotte.
Well, Tiffany may well be it. Current champ. You know, again, controlling Charlotte here in the early going. Cover now by Tiffany. Won the championship by cashing in Money in the Bank on one of her allies, Nia Jax. Big match to prove she belongs.
Yeah, I agree with you. There is always a little legitimate. However, can you really do it one-on-one on the biggest...
For it, and now she's champion. And now she's fighting at WrestleMania.
But it's about stacking the deck, and the deck is stacked in your favor. Now, this is a very, very different proposition for anyone.
Yeah, and Charlotte was able to take advantage, and now the beatdown begins.
You look at what she's done in the past. You put together a game plan.
Match tonight with Charlotte Flair and what she's doing and how aggressive she is. You can watch in-ring competitor, and it's really hard to game plan for Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, you don't figuring out your weaknesses, figuring out your opponents.
That.
Well, Stephanie McCurr knows what she can do. Flair has taken a lot of heat inside the locker room for being so that Flair has. She's absolutely right in dismissing all of them. Personality, but statistically, the greatest woman in the history.
Born for the business and a mindset to be the greatest.
Trying to lay it in here, and Tiffany Stratton, the champion, in trouble.
Stratton has been put through the ringer so far. Charlotte Flair was looking fresh.
Charlotte with a bit of a neck breaker.
Yeah. Kind of adjust.
Flair, and it really is these physical, athletic similarities
Across the ring.
Phenomenal athleticism.
It's Flair who's rallies tonight against Stratton.
So much balance, dexterity, and power. She can do it all. Kicks out.
Part of what's coming instinctively to Charlotte Flair in their next move, and that is really the advantage now that Flair has.
New world champ, New Day, New World Tag Champs. Will Charlotte Flair? I agree.
But still swinging away is Tiffany Stratton.
And Tiffany, top rope, moonsault, nobody home, rolls through.
Flair.
Charlotte into the corner, out to the apron this time. It pays off for Charlotte to cover, to retain her championship in a kick out.
Yeah, perversely, some of the early nerves in this one from her first WrestleMania match.
I like this by Stratton, not getting too overzealous here. Regroup.
That can work against most athletes. Charlotte Flair, though, I believe you've got to work a little.
Boot by Charlotte, quickly, try to, steal.
Face from Charlotte Flair. Ruthless.
You just have to smack your opponent in the mouth. And time and again, Flair is...
How long did it take you to get to the point where you're confident enough into the ring to do?
I got.
Show me what you got.
If I got in there with a...
That one dropped Tiffany to the mat.
There's a chance Tiffany Stratton is very early in her career in such a big moment. Maybe this is what she's been waiting for.
Charlotte trying to hang onto the ropes. Tiffany now.
You do sense a little frustration.
Selection, and Tiffany countered. For the championship for a 15th time in a kick out.
In this maneuver here, Stratton tried to reverse.
Bomb comes through. Not enough to finish Tiff, though.
And that look on the face of Flair.
Our champion's fighting. Tiffany Stratton showcasing the...
That step-up kick by Charlotte. Set up the figure eight, the submission hold by Charlotte. Tiffany able to...
And now dictating the pace of this one. Dismiss.
Moonsault. Charlotte to the top.
Enough time. Tiffany Stratton got up there with the quickness.
Again, Tiffany just...
Every time there's a window of opportunity for Stratton.
Flair on the back of her head. Could this be it?
Two fine athletes. This war of attrition to it.
Pop-up spine buster here by Tiffany Stratton.
For WrestleMania Sunday, on a day that'll kick off with the countdown. Charlotte Flair, Tiffany Stratton, WWE Women's title. Jillian Stratton back to her feet. How much does she have left?
I didn't think she kicked out.
But don't admire
the champion of the second turnbuckle.
And it's those split seconds that make
Situations that arise.
Tiffany Stratton may well have hit a real roadblock.
The apron. Charlotte may have been going for the moonsault. I think Charlotte may have hurt
Game right now. Sportsmanship has completely gone out of Flair. Is now a bullseye.
And now using a good leg for a kick on Stratton.
Knee as soon as she saw weakness. I love that.
Yeah, it was incredible. Great wear.
Their desperation kick.
Well, now there's fear in the mind of Charlotte Flair.
And you're always questioning the health of a body part that's gone under.
Yours.
And again, wearing out the legs, Wade, will set up
This one and become a 15-time world champ. Why don't you take out your big 24?
again. Back to the knee of Tiffany Stratton. And they're going to go to the figure four. Can she bridge into the figure eight with a champ tap out? Tap out.
And now mocking the champion. Forgot to protect that knee in the process as she was goaded.
Couldn't bridge enough with the injured knee, and now Stratton back to the knee.
The brace has been loosened.
In trouble, knee exposed. Prettiest moonsault ever, but the knee's up. Kick out at two by Stratton.
Oh, she may well need another leg surgery after this one, but what a gut of Stratton just as she was about to close in on victory.
Charlotte.
Those are the stakes. It's WrestleMania. Championship gold.
Main event WrestleMania for the very first time. Knows what it's all. Trying to get to the top rope again. Stratton's going to meet her there. Critical moment. Charlotte Flair. Natural selection from the top.
Well, building on the forehead of Tiffany Stratton has a no.
Balance the WWE Women's Championship. The bad knee, and Charlotte turning the offense around on Stratton. And again, up here.
It's counter for counter, power for power.
And Charlotte into the second turnbuckle.
Head off that turnbuckle there.
Passed into the corner. Not sure if she got all of it, but may have gotten enough.
It's like a car crash at 60 miles an hour. This deep.
Prettiest moonsault ever connects to Charlotte Flair. Cover now. Hook of the leg.
And still, the WWE.
It is still Tiffany.
What an epic matchup from both women. That one the hard way. That was a fight.
Wade, we learned when it comes to resilience, she battled back at every turn.
How on earth the brain reset that? The world's prettiest moonsault, the queen of the industry. Tonight was just not her night.
Defining moment for the WWE. Tiffany Stratton could be well up.
Full show of respect there from Charlotte Flair
to Tiffany Stratton. And here's a sneak peek at Sinners in IMAX April 18th. Get your tickets now. WrestleMania, 3 weeks from tonight. Via Ticketmaster. Fatu winning his first ever United States champion. In India. Welcome to the family.
Your win. Watching from the Misawa Air Base over there in Japan.
Well, sold out tonight, 61,000 champions crown. We want to invite everyone to join us for the WrestleMania recap. It'll be Megan Morant and Sam Roberts. Tonight, Pat and I have the honor and the privilege to host. This is the 2025.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Hart and Stone Cold Fred Upman in the family of Burns. And the King
So my wife says.
Lady
Last night at the Fontainebleau Theater, those who helped build this beautiful place.
Since 1925, happy 100th to the Goodyear. Opportunity to take a ride in the Goodyear blimp over Women's World Champion.
I don't know if I'm...
That she's not an afterthought. She'll kick off WrestleMania Sunday in a trip there on the left on the strip in Las Vegas. The greatest all-time, John Cena. Sunday. To them all. That's right. With Xfinity, the Wi-Fi is booming across our partner. Xfinity is bringing the goods. Speed, energy, and connect. And it's just the beginning of a new booming dynasty. A shot at legacy and a chance for vindication. In all the cards. That answer is moments away. First, let's revisit the main event of WrestleMania Saturday.
Thank you, but that's not the favor that I'm owed. At WrestleMania, in my corner.
Tell him no.
My man's got a flamethrower.
All right, Alex.
Yes, burn it down. As Las Vegas serenades.
The following from Davenport, Iowa, weighing in her
The three horses of a generation will battle.
California, the Bay Area. Seth Rollins.
An iconic call for an iconic against two of the best this industry has ever seen.
A fourth.
We've got a bit of everything here tonight in Vegas.
The OTC as
for a record 10th time.
Titan of the epitome of ice-cold, effortless
With a record of 9-3 at WrestleMania. Names The Undertaker, Triple H.
has taken many times before.
this is where he lives. Others just
that is now headed by the original tribal chief. Do that. Tonight, Roman Reigns comes to the ring with the Ulafala on him alone.
of a family. And when you talk about Romanlys in the history of mankind, a lot of ones to the sky here in Las Vegas, Michael Cole.
It is Saturday. Jey Uso, the new world champion.
From Pensacola, Florida, TC
And the following match is brought to you by Xfinity. Stay connected to call most of this man's matches over the past 4 or 5 years.
He talked about his discipline and his training routine. He brought his entire threat that everybody thinks is for the face of a generation or for the next king.
I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs. Is wrestling. CM Punk. You cannot stop my legacy.
I've made friends and I've made enemies. Been burning. My addiction is
at 218 pounds.
I mean, color. CM Punk is in
A surreal moment for CM Punk.
as Paul Heyman, with a smile on his face, kiss CM. Missed last year's WrestleMania with a torn triceps. And tonight's man to gain pinfall or submission will win this matchup. There are no guys, though, is where does his allegiance really?
Paul Heyman, but perhaps for the first time in the WWE, a bomb that goes way back, he and CM Punk.
They're serenading their tribal chief. Who's gonna handle the...
And who decided to allow Punk Roman Reigns team out back in War Games Survivor Series.
In the eyes of Roman Reigns.
And we are underway with this triple threat main event with his hands full with these three men tonight. To be able to sift through it all. The reason for the end. CM Punk, who burst on the scene. Doing here. CM Punk showing up Ohio Valley Wrestling and become Heyman inside the Shield, and now we're underway.
Seth was trying to strike a deal.
And Punk now in from behind. Remember, championship in the record reign.
CM Punk is out of the goal, winning in the main event of WrestleMania.
Issue with his hamstring early on in this matchup. Paul Heyman said, "I will be with you when it happens," and it has. And Punk now.
Right now. But will this night end with our drop? Big left J to the tonight.
This is not about a championship. This is about pride.
It's about ego and animosity on the man who was walking
and barking at Heyman.
We're talking about saving this industry.
To the ring post. Let's not forget, guys, is Seth Rollins now set damage as you want outside the ring. The reason that Rollins and Reigns are here, at least CM Punk.
Yeah, let's not make out like that is some accolade for CM. Both Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins know that.
But again, this has never forgotten the fact that Punk left the company, badmouthed the company for many, many years, get out that animosity on Punk.
I spoke to Rollins earlier. He said the only time
Punk now off the barricade, and the fight now spills out.
Of youth looks physically better than he has done in 50.
The best in the world in his eyes.
And again, for the first time, main event.
Saw Mick Foley last night at the Hall of Fame.
Well, the only job he has is count a pin or a submission.
Completely unprotected there was CM Punk.
Turned into a one-on-one matchup, at least one with the garbage can.
Onto the cement.
Historically been an issue. Keep an eye on that.
Throwing big shots at each other amongst the WWE Universe.
With one of your opponents get into a hell for leather.
Anyway, to your point, Roman Reigns, what's up everybody out.
From our tribal chief. Roman Reigns took out CM Punk, Seth freaking Rollins.
The man who betrayed him when he decided to come out here.
Where he was, isolate CM Punk, get him in the ring and try and win this thing.
He's starting to think maybe we do some.
And the Roman Reigns going to do a
man he could have been backing. The man he's backed for years.
Run this thing.
Got some physical wrecks at ringside.
Is dominating both Punk and Rollins in this triple threat match.
From the wise man.
Oh, CM Punk fighting back.
Yeah, Punk will never.
Going to have to be the best performance of his career if he's pulling out victory here.
Punk up on his shoulders. Samoan drop by Roman.
Roman Reigns just looking like a different class out there. He's got a point to prove this evening.
Yeah, fueled by animosity. And Paul Heyman's career. Heyman running the gravy train. Baker caught Reigns.
I don't know if it's going to.
Rollins up over the top, caught by Punk again. Punk in position for the GTS. There's a heel kick to the face of Seth Rollins.
Adapting your offense on the fly. Take what your opponents are giving for CM Punk. That's what's got him ahead now.
A couple of running knees by now has gained control.
Punk is spoiled for choice. You got two better.
DDT delivered to Rollins and Reigns. Take another look.
Cutter DDT from CM Punk on Roman.
It's the main event of WrestleMania. You've worked so hard to get here. A moment.
Heyman is Punk now from the top rope. Punk paying homage with a big elbow to Rollins.
Best of CM
Well,
Punk.
Heyman's supposed to be an advisor and a coach. Maybe he should tell Punk now. Hell bent on beating the hell out of both of these men. Proving a point here.
I fear Punk has let emotion take over.
And Roman dragging himself back to his feet. Everybody involved.
Two.
Cover by Reigns for the win. Punk and
Punch almost ends it.
Well, look at the instant with that Superman punch immediately in on the pin and came with
467. Watching three of the greatest in the game. Wow. Looking for a GTS to Reigns.
Chief.
CM Punk getting the
kick out at two.
The high cover right on the shoulder.
It's over. Ropes will not cause a break. Punk's got
Chief surely fading, cutting off that oxygen to the
Rollins now. Frog splash breaks things up, saving the match.
Seth freaking Rollins.
What? That's Seth freaking Rollins.
Seth's eyes.
If you're Rollins, what do?
You
I
clear one man out as quickly as you can.
Total animosity forces Rollins to go back to Punk and try to beat the.
Such a devastating maneuver has taken out several superstars.
And Reigns up. Reigns is in trouble as well. Trying to hang on, and another.
Is Seth freaking Rollins the one that's walking out of here?
And what Roman Reigns, WrestleMania performer over the years, a great champion for a pedigree. Punk looking for a GTS. Spear with Reigns hooked. Went for the pedigree again. Back body drop. Pedigree. Looking for the stomp. Stomp to Reigns. Rollins. Reigns is still in it.
Oh my God.
The spear turns it to a pedigree.
Followed it down the ring so he can't break it up. That beat though was all it took.
Gravy train. CM Punk is lying here. Has a
lot. There's nothing going the way he likes it.
Oh God, this pinnacle of this industry is coming up trumps at the right moment.
Battered late in this match.
Punk looking for a go to sleep. Spear to Roman Reigns for a win in the main event.
Planet Earth cannot believe their eyes. The spear Punk dodging out of the GTS you will ever see.
CM Punk had his WrestleMania moment.
CM Punk like he had the plug pulled on him with
changed.
Another go to sleep.
Massive tribal chief, and at this point in the match, Punk struggled a little there. All three of these men in this WrestleMania Saturday main event.
All three of them. This is going anybody's way.
This audience completely
You're without him. You're without me. You're without match.
He's the outsider. We put him down.
Rollins trying to explain to Reigns that the greater now. Seth Rollins looking at our announce table. We're going to start clearing things out. Will Reigns and Rollins work together? And look at Reigns. Wait, you got to look at Roman Reigns. He is so torn here. He did
Some deja vu.
Oh!
He said, get out of here.
And Reigns said, on the table.
A defenseless Seth Rollins who got sucker punched.
Our tribal chief is clean.
Damn it, you gotta be kidding me.
How? Seth freaking Rollins, who thought he pulled out an ace that should have got it done. But this is the main event of Wrestling. Incredibly, this match continues.
We all
Look out, look out, look out. Roman Reigns. Oh, not at all. Roman Reigns felt betrayed.
Sword in front of his turncoat, former wise man.
Reigns now looking to choke out Punk as Heyman looks on.
As the second City Saint fades.
Oh, shoulders down, the Rod Zapata's there. Roman's got his shoulders up. Triangle still locked up. Punk looking for the vice, perhaps.
Wow, Punk was able to get out of there.
Mission perhaps to Roman Reigns. Punk with Heyman looking on. Roman in this match, and Seth Rollins back involved.
Well, Seth didn't get in.
It's a WrestleMania mortal moment.
It's a double whammy.
Roman Reigns, though, trying to get back into this match. Punk still is not tapped. Guillotine. Rollins trying to get back to a vertical.
Down the midsection. Nice.
Oh, my goodness, what a suplex. Shoulders down.
And Roman Reigns with a berserk look in his eye.
Punk with a go to sleep to Rollins.
You take your biggest shots, and they simply and Punk he now has to overcome.
There is no surrender.
Looks like he's given up.
CM Punk, this is the main event of
Heyman has seen maybe his career flash before his eyes.
Rollins down. CM Punk to his feet.
Broken bodies every
exertion that these men have gone through. Not going to allow it to happen. Punk now going back to Rollins for the go to sleep. Everybody is down.
Well, CM Punk once with a recoil stomp instinctive from.
Oh, Heyman with a steel chair.
The cogs are whirring in the brain of the wise man.
Go on, Paul.
Has turned his back on Roman Reigns.
Loyalty from Paul Heyman.
Reigns is defenseless. Oh no!
Save!
Paul Heyman has returned. Caught with a steel chair. Paul Heyman has returned.
My tribal chief! Heyman!
Paul, this would be. After a oh my God! Paul Heyman, piece of garbage. Paul Heyman.
Rewind a couple of weeks. Seth Rollins said,
This is this.
And now, again, the cover.
Your winner, Seth.
Not once, but twice. And that money sucking leech, Paul Heyman.
Huge has always dictated the very top level. Paul Heyman just bluffed and deceived their way.
His soul to the authority to get ahead in this business.
An ending to this match. Nobody is recently reacquired. Wise moment. to be present in the main event of WrestleMania only.
That I felt sorry for, that I thought was getting
The top level at WWE. It's the main event. Does it best. And Seth freaking Rollins has
to the back over the years, but perhaps none as important. Paul Heyman is the cockroach who always finds it, and now Paul Heyman has aligned himself with
So many questions. With Paul Heyman, yeah, years potentially.
We thought we knew Punk's situation.
Tribal Chief has been stabbed.
This is only night one. WrestleMania.
नमस्कार दोस्तों, कैसे हैं आप लोग। स्वागत है एक बार फिर से आप लोगों का आपके और हमारे यूट्यूब चैनल जिसका नाम है इनसाइड रहस्य। तो मेरे प्यारे दोस्तों, इनसाइड रहस्य यूट्यूब चैनल पर एक बार फिर से आप लोगों के सामने नई वीडियो लेकर हाजिर हैं। और मेरे प्यारे दोस्तों, आज की वीडियो का टॉपिक थोड़ा सा इंटरेस्टिंग होने वाला है, क्योंकि आज हम इस वीडियो में बात करने वाले हैं आप लोगों के साथ है एक ऐसी शख्सियत का जो अपने आप में ही एक बहुत ही बड़ा नाम है, और ये कहें कि एक काफ़ी ज़बरदस्त शख्सियत के बारे में बात करने वाले हैं। तो वेलकम करते हैं, स्वागत करते हैं हमारे यूट्यूब चैनल इनसाइड एस पर। और गाइज, आप लोगों को पता है कि इनसाइड एस चैनल पर आप लोगों के लिए हम ऐसी जानकारी, काफ़ी महत्वपूर्ण जानकारी लेकर आते रहते हैं। तो चलिए इस टॉपिक पर एक बार फिर से नई वीडियो आप लोगों के सामने लेकर हाजिर हैं। और अगर आपको वीडियो पसंद आए तो वीडियो को लाइक करिएगा, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिएगा, क्योंकि गाइज हम काफ़ी मेहनत करते हैं वीडियो बनाने में, काफ़ी टॉपिक लेने में, और काफ़ी ज़्यादा मेहनत करनी पड़ती है। तो चलिए बात करते हैं कि वीडियो में किसके बारे में। देखिए दोस्तों, वीडियो का टॉपिक होने वाला है दोस्तों आज संयुक्त राज्य अमेरिका यानी कि यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स चैंपियन के यूनाइटेड स्टेट अमेरिका के 45 और 47वें वे राष्ट्रपति डोनाल्ड ट्रंप के बारे में बात करने वाले हैं। आपको पूरा डिटेल से बताने वाले हैं कि डोनाल्ड ट्रंप कैसे इतने बड़े बने, किस प्रकार से उन्होंने क्या कुछ चीजें उपलब्धि अपने जीवन में हासिल की, क्या क्या कठिनाइयों का सामना करना पड़ा, उसके बारे में आपको पूरा डिटेल से बताने वाले हैं। तो बिल्कुल वीडियो को देखिए ध्यान से। तो आज के वीडियो का हमारा टॉपिक है डोनाल्ड ट्रंप के जीवन के महत्वपूर्ण, किस प्रकार से उनका जन्म हुआ, कहां पर उनका जन्म हुआ, क्या कुछ उन्होंने उपलब्धि हासिल की हैं। तो जीवनी के बारे में बात करने वाले हैं हम, डोनाल्ड ट्रंप की पूरी जीवन के बारे में। तो चलिए वीडियो को शुरुआत करते हैं, और आज की नई वीडियो का टॉपिक आपको समझा दिया है। देखिए दोस्तों, डोनाल्ड ट्रंप का जन्म, देखिए डोनाल्ड ट्रंप का जो जन्म हुआ था वो हुआ था 14 जून 1916 को, और डोनाल्ड ट्रंप न्यूयॉर्क में उनका जन्म हुआ था। न्यूयॉर्क यूएसए में है, और वो संयुक्त राज्य अमेरिका के 45 और 47वें प्रेसिडेंट हैं। उन्होंने कब का राज किया, उन्होंने 2017 से 2021 तक वो राष्ट्रपति रहे, और 2025 से 20 जनवरी 2025 से लेकर अभी तक अप्रैल चल रहा है, वो आने वाले 5 साल तक अमेरिका के राष्ट्रपति बने रहने वाले हैं। तो चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं कि बात करेगी किस प्रकार ट्रंप 2 गैर लगातार पूर्ण करने वाले पहले ऐसे राष्ट्रपति बने हैं जो लगातार 3 चुनाव साथ में उन्होंने लड़े हैं, और 2 बार वो सफल हुए हैं। तो बात करते हैं, ट्रंप को राष्ट्रपति चुनने से पहले 78 वर्ष की आयु में ट्रंप कार्यालय जीतने वाले सबसे बुजुर्ग आदमियों की लिस्ट में, यानी कि अमेरिका के इतिहास के सबसे बुजुर्ग पहले तो जो बाइडेन थे, अब उसके बाद डोनाल्ड ट्रंप हो गए हैं, और अब फिलहाल डोनाल्ड ट्रंप टॉप पर हैं। और ट्रंप को 30 मई 2024 को दोषी ठहराया गया, जब न्यूयॉर्क के राज्य जूरी ने उन्हें 2016 में वयस्क फिल्म स्टार स्टेफनी क्लिफोर्ड को चुप रहने के लिए पैसे देने के संबंध में व्यावसायिक रिकॉर्ड में हेराफेरी करने के लिए 34 गंभीर मामलों में दोषी पाया गया था। और जो स्टॉम्पी डैनियल, जिन्होंने 2006 में डोनाल्ड के साथ संबंध होने का दावा किया था, उन्होंने कहा कि उन्हें 2020 के राष्ट्रपति चुनाव में अपनी हार को पलटने के लिए प्रयास किए, और पदों को छोड़ने के लिए व्हाइट हाउस से कई वर्गीकृत दस्तावेजों को हटाने से संबंधित मामलों में 1 दर्जन से भी ज्यादा केस उनके ऊपर लगे हुए थे। तो ये उनके जीवन में कुछ ऐसी घटनाएं थी जो उनको झकझोर कर रख देने वाली थी। इसके अलावा ट्रंप के खिलाफ चुनाव संबंध आरोप हटाए जाने वाले ट्रंप को वर्गीकृत दस्तावेजों के मामले में सहप्रतिद्वंदी समूह से हटा दिया गया था। स्मिथ के फैसलों के अनुसार न्याय विभाग को नीति प्रतिबंध किया, और एक ऐसे बैठे राष्ट्रपति के आपराधिक प्रयोजन को प्रतिबंधित किया था। अब बात करते हैं डोनाल्ड ट्रंप के बारे में कि डोनाल्ड ट्रंप कैसे इतने बड़े सुपरस्टार बने। और एक और चीज, डोनाल्ड ट्रंप को न्यूयॉर्क राज्य में व्यापारिक धोखाधड़ी के आरोपों वाले एक दीवानी मामले में भी दोषी पाया गया और 2 दीवानी मुकाबलों में उन्हें लेखिका ई जीन कैरोल का यौन शोषण करने तथा बदनाम करने तक का भी आरोप है डोनाल्ड ट्रंप के ऊपर गया। यानी कि ये कहें कि अमेरिका के सबसे बदनाम राष्ट्रपतियों की लिस्ट में डोनाल्ड ट्रंप का नाम सदैव ऊपर रहने वाला है। और डोनाल्ड ट्रंप के दोनों ने 2 बार महाभियोग का सामना करने वाले पहले राष्ट्रपति हैं। उनके खिलाफ महाभियोग भी चलाया गया था। अब आपको बताते हैं डोनाल्ड ट्रंप के इतिहास में तीसरे ऐसे राष्ट्रपति हैं। पहले कौन हुए? 1868 में एंड्रू जॉनसन और 1998 में बिल क्लिंटन के बाद जिन पर अमेरिकी प्रतिभास द्वारा महाभियोग लगाया गया था। और वे एक ऐसे राष्ट्रपति है जिन्होंने 2 बार महाभियोग उनके ऊपर लगा और फिर भी वो वहां पर बचने में कामयाब रहे। और 2019 में यूक्रेन के एक कांड में सत्ता के दुरुपयोग और कांग्रेस के काम में बाधा डालने के लिए उन्हें 2021 में ट्रंप समर्थकों की हिंसक भीड़ द्वारा 6 जनवरी को यूएस कैपिटल पर हमलों के संबंध में विद्रोह भड़काने के लिए ट्रंप को फिर से दोषी ठहराया गया और महाभियोग अमेरिकी सेनेट द्वारा उन्हें बरी किए जाने के लिए समाप्त किया गया था। तो यानी कि काफी ज्यादा घटनाएं ट्रंप के जीवन में रही हैं। 2022 के मध्य अवधि चुनाव के बाद ट्रंप ने दूसरे कार्यकाल के लिए चुनाव लड़ने का इरादा किया और 2024 की शुरुआत में उन्होंने प्राथमिक चुनाव में अपने खिलाफ कानूनी मामलों की लगातार प्रगति के बावजूद अपनी पार्टी का नामांकन जीत के लिए प्रतिनिधि के तौर पर जुटाया और उन्होंने फिर से चुनाव लड़ा। और इस बार उनके साथ थे कौन? अमेरिका के सबसे मशहूर बिजनेसमैन टेस्ला के मालिक एलन मस्क ने भी उनका 2024 के इस इलेक्शन में बहुत ही जबरदस्ती के साथ दिया था। और आगे बढ़ते हैं, उन्होंने एक राजनीतिक शहीद के रूप में पेश किया गया और डेमोक्रेटिक नेतृत्व वाले चुड़ैल सरकार धोखे और घोटालों का शिकार जैसे उन्होंने अपने अवसरों और कानून की निंदा का उन्होंने वो किया। अब ये तो हो गई डोनाल्ड ट्रंप के जीवन में कुछ ऐसी घटनाएं जो महत्वपूर्ण थी। अब बात करते हैं प्रारंभिक जीवन और उनका व्यापारिक करियर कैसा था। देखिए दोस्तों, ट्रंप 5 बच्चों में से ट्रंप 5 भाई बहन थे और 5 में से वे चौथे नंबर पर थे। फ्रेडरिक फ्रेड क्राइस्टस ट्रंप एक सफल रियल एस्टेट डेवलपर और मैरी क्लोड जोनाल की सबसे बड़ी बहन मैरियन ट्रंप बैरी अतः एक अमेरिकी जिला न्यायाधीश थी के रूप में उन्होंने 2011 में अपनी सेवाएं एक तीसरे सर्किट के लिए अमेरिकी अपील न्यायालय के न्यायाधीश के रूप में भी काम किया। तो डोनाल्ड ट्रंप के पूरे भाई बहन बहुत ही सफल रहे हैं। बात करें यहाँ पर नेक्स्ट उनके बड़े भाई फेडरिक जूनियर फ्रेडी 1960 के दशक में एयरलाइन पायलट बनने से पहले अपने पिता के व्यवसायों के लिए कुछ काम करते थे। फ्रेडी की शराब की लत से 1981 में 43 इयर्स की एज में असमय ही उनकी मृत्यु हो जाती है। और 2020 के दशक के अंत से फ्रेड ट्रंप ने न्यूयॉर्क सिटी के क्वींस और ब्रुकलिन बोरो में सैकड़ों एकल परिवारों के घरों और पंक्ति घरों का निर्माण किया और 1940 के दशक में उन्होंने हजारों अपार्टमेंट इकाइयां बनाई जहां पर उन्हें किया और ऐसा डिजाइन दिया। और उन्होंने द्वितीय विश्व युद्ध के दौरान अपने वर्जीनिया और पेंसिल्वेनिया के नौसेना कर्मियों और शिपयार्ड श्रमिकों के लिए संघ समर्पित आवास भी बनाए। 1954 में उन्होंने फ्रेड के सीनेट बैंकिंग समिति द्वारा ऋण गारंटी कार्यक्रम का कथित रूप से दुरुपयोग करने के लिए जांच की गई थी, जिसमें वाणिज्यिक बैंकों से बड़े ऋण प्राप्त करने के लिए उन्होंने जानबूझकर अपने निर्माण परियोजनाओं की लागत को अधिकतम अनुमानित किया गया था, जिन्होंने ऋण राशि और अधिक ज्यादा मिल सके और लागत कम हो और वो मुनाफा कमा सके। बात करें आगे ट्रंप के बारे में, उन्होंने अंततः राज्य को 1.2 बिलियन लौटा दिए, लेकिन उनके बाद ब्रुकलिन में कोनी द्वीप में आवासीय परियोजनाओं के लिए उन्होंने राज्य ऋण गारंटी करने में असमर्थ रहे। डोनाल्ड ट्रंप ने न्यूयॉर्क मिलिट्री अकादमी में 49 से लेकर 64 से में एक निजी बोर्डिंग स्कूल में फोर्डहम विश्वविद्यालय 64-66 से लेकर और पेंसिल्वेनिया विश्वविद्यालय के वाटर स्कूल ऑफ फाइनेंस एंड कॉमर्स में भाग लिया था। उन्होंने अर्थशास्त्र में स्नातक की डिग्री प्राप्त की और 1968 में वियतनाम युद्ध के दौरान उन्होंने बोन स्पर्म का दाम किया था, जिन्हें उन्हें सैन्य मसौदे से चिकित्सा छूट के लिए योग्य बना दिया था। तो ये महत्वपूर्ण पल था उनके जीवन का। स्नातक के बाद ट्रंप ने अपने पिता के साथ व्यवसाय के लिए पूर्वकालिक काम करना शुरू कर दिया था और उनके आवास के लिए होल्डिंग्स का प्रबंध करने में वो सफल रहे थे। 1966 के दशक में उन्होंने अमेरिका के शहर सिनसिनाटी, ओहायो, नॉरफोक, वर्जीनिया में ट्रंप के स्वामित्व वाले आवास अफ्रीकी अमेरिकियों और अन्य अल्पसंख्यकों के खिलाफ नस्लीय भेदभाव की शिकायत का लक्ष्य थे। और 1973 में फ्रेड और डोनाल्ड ट्रंप की कंपनी के साथ मिलकर 39 अपार्टमेंट इमारतों में एक फेयर हाउसिंग एक्ट 1968 का उल्लंघन करने के आरोप में अमेरिकी न्यायालय में उनके खिलाफ मुकदमा दायर हुआ और ट्रंप ने शुरू में न्याय विभाग पर 100 मिलियन का प्रतिपाद किया और उन्होंने अपनी प्रतिष्ठा को नुकसान पहुंचाने का आरोप लगाया और इस मामले में उन्हें 2 साल बाद एक समझौते की तरह सुलझा लिया गया, जिसमें ट्रंप को अपराध स्वीकार करने की आवश्यकता नहीं पड़ी थी। और 1970 के दशक में उन्होंने डोनाल्ड ट्रंप ने लग्जरी होटलों और आवासीय संपत्तियों में निवेश करके भौगोलिक ध्यान प्राप्त किया और न्यू जर्सी के अटलांटिक सिटी में उन्होंने स्थापित करके अपने पिता के व्यवसाय का काफी तगड़ा व्यापार विस्तार किया। ठीक है, और आगे बताएं आपको ऐसा करने में उन्होंने अपने पिता से मिले ऋण, उपहार और अन्य वित्तीय सहायता, उसके साथ साथ न्यूयॉर्क में अपने पिता की राजनीतिक संबंधों में भी एक अधिक निर्भर हुए और 1976 में उन्होंने शहर के साथ एक जटिल लाभ साझाकरण समझौते के तहत ग्राउंड सेंट्रल स्टेशन के पास एक कोमोडोर होटल खरीदा और 40 साल का संपत्ति कर उसमें शामिल कर दिया था, जो न्यूयॉर्क शहर में किसी भी वाणिज्य को दी गई ऐसी पहली छूट थी। और इसमें अपने पिता की आयात कार्बेटन और गारंटी करते निर्माण ऋण पर भरोसा करते हुए ट्रंप टावर एक कार्यालय, खुदरा और आवश्यक परिषद जिसमें एक्स इक्विटेबल लाइफ इंश्योरेंस कंपनी के साथ समझौता बनाया और 56वीं स्ट्रीट और 5th रेवेन्यू में 58 मंजिला इमारत में अंदर ट्रंप को एक काफी और साथ मुख्यालय बनाया। ये तो हो गई उनकी बात है। और जब 1990 में अमेरिकी अर्थव्यवस्था में मंदी में चली गई थी तो ट्रंप के कई व्यवसायों को नुकसान भी हुआ और जल्द ही उन्होंने अपने लगभग 8 बिलियन के कर्ज का भुगतान करने में परेशानी हुई और कुल 900 मिलियन की उन्होंने व्यक्तिगत रूप से इसमें गारंटी में छूट ले ली। ठीक है, कई बैंकों के साथ उन्होंने फिर से पुनर्गठन किया और उन्होंने अपनी एयरलाइन को आत्मसमर्पण करने के लिए मजबूर किया और 1979 में यूएस एयरवेज से लिया। ठीक है, अब बात करते हैं उनके आगे के कैरियर के बारे में कि किस प्रकार 2024 का राष्ट्रीय चुनाव उन्होंने जीता था। ये तो उनकी आरंभिक जीवन के बाद में बात हो गई। देखिए 1980 के दशक के बाद और 90 के दशक के बाद जब 2000 का दशक आया तो डोनाल्ड ट्रंप 2015 में घोषणा करते हैं कि वो अमेरिकी सीनेट के लिए उम्मीदवार होंगे और 2016 को उनका पहला अमेरिकी चुनाव अमेरिका को फिर से महान बनाने का संकल्प लेते हुए उन्होंने एक नारा दिया जिसे MAGC के से दर्शाया गया। इसका क्या था उद्देश्य? उन्होंने लिखा कि उन्होंने लाखों नए रोजगार सृजित करने, विदेशों में नौकरियां निर्यात करने वाले अमेरिकी कंपनियों को दंडित करने, ओबामा की प्रमुख विदाई उपलब्धि अफोर्डेबल केयर एक्ट को निरस्त करेंगे और कोयला उद्योग को पुनर्जीवित करेंगे। ये सब वादे किए ट्रंप ने और उन्होंने जो वाशिंगटन डीसी में ग्लोबल स्टॉक के प्रभाव में काफी कम करने यानी कि इस दलदल से बाहर निकलने के लिए किया और वो सच में इन सब वादों से डोनाल्ड ट्रंप बन गए पहले राष्ट्रपति। और गाइस आप लोग जानते हैं कि जब ट्रंप का पहला कार्यकाल था, पहले कार्यकाल के दौरान उन्होंने बराक ओबामा उस टाइम अमेरिका के राष्ट्रपति थे उनसे कार्यभार लिया और उसके बाद से आप इतिहास है कि ट्रंप ने पीछे मुड़कर नहीं देखा। और अब 2025 आ चुका है और डोनाल्ड ट्रंप फिर से एक बार अमेरिकी राष्ट्रपति हैं, तो अब ये काफी ज्यादा महत्वपूर्ण हो गया है कि किस प्रकार से ट्रंप दिखाते हैं। उनकी जो पीछे वाली जो चीजें थी तो वो तो काफी पसंद की गई थी और ट्रंप का जीवन काल में हर एक पहलू बहुत ही ज्यादा महत्वपूर्ण रहा है और काफी अमेरिका के बदनाम राष्ट्रपतियों की लिस्ट में नंबर 1 पर आता है। तो मेरे प्यारे दोस्तों काफी कुछ है बताने को लिए ट्रंप के बारे में, पर अगर हम ऐसा करेंगे तो वीडियो बहुत ज्यादा लंबी हो जाएगी। इस कारण हम वीडियो को ज्यादा शॉर्ट में रखते हैं और इतना ही जानकारी आपको देते हैं। ये पार्ट नंबर 1 हो गया। हम पार्ट नंबर 2 लेकर आएंगे किस प्रकार से ट्रंप का जीवन और आगे बढ़ा उसके बारे में। तो आशा करते हैं कि आज का ये वीडियो आपको पसंद आया होगा। अगर पसंद आए तो वीडियो को लाइक करके चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिएगा। ऐसे ही वीडियो हम आप लोगों के लाने की पूरी कोशिश करते रहते हैं। तो चलिए मिलते हैं आपसे किसी और ऐसे ही महत्वपूर्ण जानकारी के साथ में। तब तक के लिए बाय बाय। स्टे ट्यून्ड। यूट्यूब चैनल इनसाइड ऐसे को सब्सक्राइब करके बेल आइकन दबा लीजिएगा और ऐसे ही वीडियो हम आप लोगों के लिए लाते रहते हैं। तो चलिए वीडियो को यहीं पर एंड करते हैं। तो कैसा लगा ये ट्रम्प के जीवन से संबंधित वीडियो कमेंट करके जरूर बताइएगा। थैंक यू वेरी वेरी मच।